Now we got Gary on hold. Gary's talking to us from Orlando. You got something going on with your Toyota. Go ahead, Gary.
Hi, yes, Toyota Rav4 Hybrid Limited 2017. The inside of the car when I'm driving and on a regular speed, and then when I accelerate to like 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, the inside of the car feels like one window is slightly opened and it gives a little sound. Okay. And before that happened, my windshield was cracked, so windshield got repaired. I thought it was the reason, so they came in twice. They repaired it and they sealed it again 3 times, and it still continues. I had a little minor rear-ended. Somebody the red light stop just bumped a little bit onto me, and the bumper was repaired. But other than that, no other changes have happened. But all of a sudden, this started.
Okay. Well, if the rear-end accident wasn't severe, I doubt very seriously it tweaked the body enough to create an air leak. Gary, do you recall having this before the windshield itself was replaced?
No. Before that, I wasn't having it. Started after the windshield, but the windshield guy came in and they replaced the first time. Then I called them again. They came in second time, and then the third time the guy came in, removed everything, unglued everything, and then glue it back up, and they sealed it, everything. And I don't know. It still continues.
Okay. Now, I have run into this in a couple different occasions, and I'm going to tell you, the first thing that I would probably do is get some masking tape, and some real wide masking tape, and go all around the whole entire front of that windshield itself, and then take the car out and drive it. Also, where the actual fender meets the door, maybe put a strip of masking tape down on each side of that, just to exclude that from actually having a wind noise or leak, so to speak. Now, I'm going to tell you, there is something else here, and I hope this isn't the case. A lot of times, Gary, whenever a windshield gets replaced, if you look at one from another vehicle, and a lot of times if you look at, like in the left or right lower corner, not only will it have the manufacturer's name on it, like Toyota, but sometimes you will see that they will be something else inscribed in that glass, or actually made into the glass. And a lot of times it'll say Sound Shield. And what that means is that there is a special treatment done to that windshield in order to prevent it from making the types of noises that you're describing. Almost all Ford trucks have what they call a sound shield on the windshield itself. It's actually made into the glass itself. And if you use something other than an original Ford or the manufacturer's glass itself, sometimes the road noise is it's just ridiculous. And I was really surprised. I had to see this firsthand for myself. We had a customer come in with the exact same complaint, and it was on a Toyota as well. As a matter of fact, it was on a Lexus. And they had actually replaced it with an aftermarket windshield as opposed to the factory one. And what wound up happening was it did not have the sound deadening feature in the glass itself. I was blown away. I mean, it literally sounded like you were riding in the caboose of an Amtrak train. It was that noisy. You heard everything. Everything the tires ran over. I mean, it was like literally like riding in a railroad car. And I'm sitting there, I couldn't believe what a difference it actually made. But they whined and complained enough with their insurance company until the glass company actually put in an original equipment Lexus windshield. And I guess the reason they didn't want to use an Lexus windshield was because the original equipment windshield was, I think it was almost $1,000 more than the aftermarket one that the glass company installed. So, do a little research when it comes to that, because I have a funny feeling that that's what's going on with it. If it was just if it was just a lousy seal where they actually glued the new glass in, and they've done it twice now, and you still have the same exact problem. If it wasn't sealed correctly, you'd probably be getting some water or something like that in the car. But since you're not getting water in the car, my gut feeling is it's probably the quality of the glass that was used. I'm sure it looks absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with it functioning. But if it doesn't have that sound shield, and it was supposed to, it will literally, you will hear wind noises. You're going to hear almost everything that the tires come in contact with. It makes it for a very noisy interior of your vehicle. But I would go online and I would start searching this very particular problem, because what you're going to find is the aftermarket glass that they most likely used does not have the sound shield quality that the original glass came with. And that's really about all I can elaborate on with this particular issue. But it's quite common, and we had a customer in the shop with the very same problem after they had gotten their vehicle back from a body shop. So I hope that helps.
How do I know which is the original Toyota windshield? Like, where do I find that information?
What you're going to do is you're going to look on the lower corners of your windshield. If it's a Toyota windshield, it's going to have it on there, Gary. It's going to actually be printed on there. It'll have Toyota on the bottom of the glass itself. You will actually be able to see it. And chances are you won't. It probably is not an original equipment Toyota windshield.
Yeah, this one says C-Cam Automotive.
Yeah, see, it's an aftermarket windshield, and that's the reason that you most likely are running into the issue. It doesn't have the sound deadening features built into the glass itself. So look it up online and see what your glass actually contains. It'll probably say anything but the sound deadening feature of the glass itself. And then look it up, and you're going to find other people throughout the world that's ran into the same problem. And that'll just tell you, you're going to need to call the glass company up and say this isn't a original equipment glass. Call your insurance company up as well and tell them the same thing. Say the car's so noisy inside, it sounds like I'm driving without a windshield now. And say I've been told that it's most likely the sound deadening feature is not included in this aftermarket windshield that they put in your vehicle. Gary, I appreciate your call, and we wish you the absolute best. As you venture into this, make sure you call us back and let us know what the final outcome is if they stand up and take care of it for you.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Same to you, Gary.